Hey y'all, welcome back to the party. It is me, Girl Britt Reacts, and today we're going to react to some news from the WNBA. This video is entitled, WNBA Players Get Mocked for Wearing Pay Us What You Owe Us shirts. You guys know I have a lot to say about women's basketball in particular, so let's find out what's going on. All right, here goes nothing.
Should female basketball players get paid more money? No.
That's so bad. At the All-Star game. This anti-highlight reel is so rude.
What type of bullshit is this?
We get a very tiny percentage of all the money that's made through the WNBA, which obviously is through our entertainment, well, the entertainment we provide. And so we want a fair and reasonable percentage of that.
Eat the shirt, baby. Pay us what you owe us, period.
Ma'am, do you know y'all losing millions every season?
Next question.
If anyone should be wearing those shirts, it should be the owners. WNBA just lost about 40 million again this year. It's like asking your boss for a raise when you're losing money every year. You'd be fired. And yeah, they're saying the same revenue share percentage as the men, not equal salaries, but it still doesn't matter until the league actually makes profit. And some players like Caitlin Clark are actually doing well. She made around $11 million in 2024 thanks to sponsorships, because she's actually a brand and people want to watch her. But most of them, they aren't drawing fans or making money. And the one.
All right, let's stop here. Y'all know me, the ever devil's advocate. Y'all know me, the my world is women's basketball because my husband is a D1 women's basketball coach. My mother-in-law is also a women's basketball coach. She's coached on every level you could think of, from 3-on-3 basketball, D1 basketball, high school basketball. She's coached a few of the All-American basketball games. And so this is just the world that I live in. Like, it's not, I don't live in it because it's the trend or it trended up when Caitlin and Angel Reese became a thing. Like, it's always been women's basketball in my household, always, always. And so I feel, you know, I have the right to have an opinion. We all have rights to have an opinion, but you know, sometimes it's like, what do you know? Anywho, this is a tough one because you have a group of women that feel like they are not being paid what they're owed, and I think that goes deeper for them than what they are bringing in. I think they're always going to be compared to the NBA, which I don't think is fair. They're never going to be at the scale or the height of the NBA. I don't think that will ever happen. I just don't. I don't. I think the NBA's got its own issues, first of all, as far as viewership and all the things. The clips you're seeing are from this past weekend's All-Star games that happened in Indiana. And yeah, I think the women just feel like, regardless, okay, athletics at a higher level comes with more than just the game. There's, you know, the travel, the interviews, the training. There's all these things that go on behind the scenes. And to think that these women are at the highest level of basketball for their gender, and some of them are still like struggling financially, if you know what I mean. Like, some of them are literally getting paid 40, 60, 80,000 a year. In comparison to the NBA, that's crazy. But also in comparison to the world that we live in, $40,000 is not a lot to like maintain for anyone. And so in that regard, I can understand their plight and feeling like they're not getting paid enough. But I definitely obviously lean on the err on the side of, yeah, but you got to make money to get money. And so I think that that's the bottom line is, yeah, they had a stadium full of people cheering them on. Yes, the WNBA has more eyes on it than it ever has, but it's still not bringing in. There's no net. They are not profitable. And so I think they just left themselves open to be made fun of, if you ask me. I think they should have left this fight private because, like, no one's on their side. And so they were better off maybe just fighting internally, perhaps, than bringing it to the public, where the public just is like, but wait, I mean, y'all are new here. You know, but I think they're coming from the place of like what they go through in their everyday lives and just feeling like they work listen, being a professional athlete is not an easy thing. No, it's just not. And I think it's glorified and it's, you know, it's idolized, but these athletes, men and women, their bodies go through so much wear and tear. They're traveling, they're away from their families, you know, they sacrifice a lot. And so I guess in that regard, maybe they feel like they are owed more. But it's a business. And, well, you cannot give money where there is no money being made. So
Wonder why that is.
this highlight of all the bricks
You really
is
gonna
crazy.
tell me that
That's
the
not
WNBA
nice.
players are gonna run around in T-shirts that say "Pay us what you owe us"? Pay us what you owe us. You are in a $50 million a year deficit. Come on.
Well, it was a very
$50 million
powerful moment. The
is
T-shirt, just United Front, was determined this morning that we had a meeting for, and you know, not to tattletale, but 0 members of Team Clark were very present for that. But no, we were just we had a very
That really needed to be mentioned.
I'm trying to make a situation light, okay? But yeah, no, I think it was just all of us getting on the same page for the game. We wanted to do something that was just united and collective. And
Can we leave Caitlin Clark alone? The girl is not even at the table and y'all are bringing her up. Another way to look at this is whether the shirts are stupid or not. They probably generated a lot more revenue this weekend because of the controversy of the shirt than they ever have. So maybe the numbers are trending up. I don't know.
I thought that it was a very powerful moment and got the point across. And
Kelsey,
you know, sometimes you don't have to say
please.
anything.
Do you think
I didn't know
men
you
are
were
inherently
okay.
better at
It was
chess than
unnecessary.
women? No.
Lie. She's not sure.
Did
Whoever
you
made
answer this
compilation
question
changed
because this is what we are supposed to say?
Right.
I just think that there should be no psychological difference between men and women, but obviously the statistics say different. So it's kind of weird
Just
that the
'cause you think
statistics
there
say
shouldn't
different
be doesn't
when,
mean there
like,
isn't.
biologically there shouldn't be that much difference.
Men really that much
Take it
better
up,
at
God.
competitive chess? The answer is yes. Men simply dominate the game. There's never been a female world chess champion, and the best rated female today is ranked number 124 overall. In the last 50 years, only 3 women have cracked into the top 100 best players. So the
Wow.
question is why? There's a number of
Speaking of, whatever happened to that show on Netflix, the like Gamblet or something? She was like a female chess player and she was really good. So now I understand why it was such a big deal.
explanations
What was
that you
that
can
show
put
called?
into
Like
2
the-
general camps. Acceptable, safe ideas, and the ones that get you fired or called a sexist. So let's start with the safest one. It's society's fault. Call it sexism or expectations. It's undeniable that for much of history, boys generally got more encouragement to play the game.
Are you sure you want to do this?
It helped create a literal boys' club that can be unwelcoming and intimidating to girls with few role models.
We don't have a women's section.
But even now, with separate male and female competitions and affirmative action type programs, a whole lot more men play the game, especially at a high level. That smaller pool of women players definitely affects the number of great women players who've made it to the top. It's simple math.
It says here there's no men's division in competitive chess. It's
All right, we don't have to get into the deep dive. I think we've talked about what we needed to talk about. I'm so excited to read your comments. Whenever I talk about the WNBA, you guys kind of always like let me have it, and that's fine. I think I have a unique perspective as a WNBA. I mean, as a women's basketball wife ish. You know, and if I can be 100% honest and transparent, before like marrying into my husband's family, I wasn't a big WNBA fan, and so I get it. I definitely get it. But let me know where you stand on this. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know if you have ideas on what the WNBA can be doing to generate more revenue. Because you know my motto is like, let's not ever come to a problem without some type of solution, or at least trying to find a solution. So let's not all point fingers at these women and make fun of them if we, don't want to offer up any constructive criticism or help. That's just my thoughts. Let me know in the comments, and go and have the day you deserve. Bye.